When we tell you to come for baptismal class now, you tell us that the thief on the cross did not baptize, and yet Jesus told him that today you enter paradise. And I'm asking you, are you a thief? And if you are a thief, are you on the cross? Say your body and it I was in the front of John Knox Church in Aberdeen, and a label is put on the church: apartment for rent. John Knox, give me Scotland or I die. The church is there today in rented apartment. They broke it into room and parlor, room and parlor, room and parlor. And somebody here need to understand that something happened to the European churches before they became empty. And those things that happen, they change emphasis from Jesus and change it to material. They change it to money. They change it to posts and positions. Those churches are now empty. The last question I took here in the morning, and I'm glad I did, because the coordinator of the service was highlighting the fact that the time was gone and we cannot take more questions. It turned out to be the most important question I wanted to hear. That this brother studied in the University of Ilorin, and several years ago he was part of my audience. And after that, he left university, went NYC, and then became a Christian and joined church. He said he was walking past this front of this Baptist church in the morning and saw a label there that Omolehin, that UMF is doing program, Omolehin will be preaching. That's why he branched. And when he came here in the morning, you heard what he said. He said he had left the church for 3 years and he has stopped going to church because of what he saw there. People are living now. It's not showing because of the number that you still have left. It will only take the next 30 years before these cathedrals will become empty. It became empty in Europe. It became empty everywhere, where Jesus was no longer the message, but commerce and industry. I'm saying it, nobody is listening. That's okay. And I've said it here, that I'm not crying the way I'm crying because I believe you will hear. No, I have given up on the fact that you may hear. If you have not heard me for 40 years, why do I think you will hear me now? But I'm saying that I want a situation where we will get home and I will be able to stand and say, and when God say, Omolehin, I say, yes, sir. He said, and you were there. Oh, see, oh, Wambe, you were there. I want to be able to say, yeah, I was there and I told them. That is what I'm struggling for. I want Moses did not get there. Now, I don't want a situation where I would have preached and Paul said that much that he didn't want to labor and become an outcast in the end. Because that can happen to any man of God. You can be doing it and then in the end you can't enter heaven. I don't want to be that type of person. That's why I have to preach the correct message to my audience, whether or not they are hearing. I can be teaching. You may not be learning. In 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 17, the revival Nigeria needs is a revival in which no unclean thing is permitted in the body. Congo is one of the biggest countries in Africa that export copper wire. Leave it. Copper wire is what we use to conduct electricity. But when the copper has impurities, the electrons that will be running through the wire, when they encounter impurities, that's when the wire begin to get hot. You see, sometimes the wire conducting electricity is becoming hot. The reason it's becoming hot is because the electrons that are driving through the wire, they are encountering impurities which is impeding their passage. Then it will become hot. That can even burn down the house. I have said before, when the Bible now even says that no unclean thing will pass there, you are carrying people and you say you are bringing them to heaven, and you are told that no unclean thing will happen, will enter there, and you are behaving as if you don't know. Unfortunately for you, you won't be the gate man when we get there. When God will be turning them back one by one. The people you brought cannot enter heaven. And God told you when you were bringing them that no unclean thing will enter there. And you bypass all the Bible instructions. You negotiate all the Bible instructions. Everything the Bible commands us to do, you argue against it. Like I once said, I think I was saying it in Brother Adeboye's church. I used to trek 20 miles to go for baptismal class in the 70s. When we tell you to come for baptismal class now, you tell us that the thief on the cross did not baptize, and yet Jesus told him that today you enter paradise. And I'm asking you, are you a thief? And if you are a thief, are you on the cross? Every command the Bible put down, you negotiate it. And your pastors allow you. I'm warning you that your pastor is not the gate man when we get to heaven. The glory of the crude is in the refinery. The crude oil sells for 500 naira per liter. It gets to a point, they remove some dirty things out of it. It becomes diesel. That attracts higher price. It gets to a point, they carry diesel and remove some things out of it. It becomes kerosene. They remove something out of kerosene, it becomes petrol. They remove some things out of petrol, it becomes aviation fuel. Aviation fuel sells for 5,000 naira per liter. The more they remove, the lighter it becomes. The more valuable it becomes. Until it's now used to fly. The more we remove stuff out of your life, the lighter you will become. You will almost become at the point where you become like an angel. That's how they took a person like Elijah out of here, and they did not wait somewhere to change him. They just took Borogidibe and Osebilosoro. I pray that your life will be such that can be taken away like that, because you have learned to remove the removables out of your life. Any reviver that is not removing certain things out of your life is a lie. Revival is to remove things, and each time you remove, you change value. Each time you remove, you change name. Each time you remove, you change even the taste. The way crude oil smell is not the way that diesel smell. The way diesel smell is not the way that kerosene smell. The way kerosene smell is different from the way petrol smell. The way petrol smell is different from aviation fuel. Each time we remove, you smell differently. Each time we remove, you attract a higher price. Any revival they are talking to you about, and it's not removing anything from your life, any unwanted thing from your life, don't go there again. It's a lie.